Now today, I'm just going to go through the secrets, or really the processes of actually getting a nice straight line when you're cutting in. Now, a lot of people think it's a lot to do with obviously how you hold the brush, etc. That does have a part to it, but you've also got to prepare the area that you're going to be cutting into. Now, in this particular case, I've gone through, I've scraped it all down first, got rid of all the lumpy bits, then I've gone through and sanded it. The idea of sanding is to make sure there are no little bits left on there, because any little bits of dirt and grit along the actual cut in line will detract from the cutting in. So make sure you sand the two surfaces, and once again it could be a door frame, a skirting, whatever you're painting. Make sure you sand the edge of the door frame, and also make sure you sand the wall. So once you've gone through and you've sanded it all down, scraped it and sanded it, then you'll need to go and caulk the area. Now, even if there was basically no gap there, it would still pay to go through and caulk it. With the caulking, it's going to give you that nice, clean, crisp line. If you don't caulk it, the chances are you're never going to get the line looking perfect. So that is one of the biggest things, is also to make sure you caulk it. So once you've gone through and done that, the other big issue people sometimes do is when they're cutting in, like basically if they were painting a ceiling, when they're bringing the ceiling colour down, they don't bring it far enough down onto the wall. It doesn't matter if it's a wall, a door frame or whatever, you must take the other colour onto the surface so you've actually got something to overlap. So once you've got it prepared, now we have to go through and cut it in, and I'll just quickly show you how to do that. So what I'll do now is I'll actually show you how to cut in. Now, once again, make sure you've got paint on the brush. Don't do it with a dry brush. The first thing to do is to apply some paint to the surface. Now what happens is when you're trying to cut in, this surface here could be very dry. So if you're trying to drag the brush along there and cut in at the same time, the surface is actually sort of slowing your brush down. So what it does is that paint there gives something for your brush basically to slip along. So it's a lot easier to cut in. So once you've done that, you'll have to get the back bristles of the brush up near the top and then drag the brush along. And as I said, the paint helps the brush just to glide along like so. Once you've done that, make sure you wipe that bottom edge so there's no thick paint along here. Then all you need to do is just to repeat the process. So if you follow those processes, hopefully you'll get a nice straight line when cutting in.